That's it. You beat the shade of Erannikus, and now you're on to the Avatar of Hakkar. Well, don't worry. This fight is 1,000 times easier, and you're going to have a good time with it. My name's Coyote, and this is the Boss Guide.
Stupid Coyote.
As mentioned in the intro, this boss is definitely a step down from Erannikus, but you still got to take some things seriously, otherwise you'll spend an hour in here wiping, and I'm going to help you understand what those things are. First off, let's talk abilities. After defeating the Ritualist, you're going to be starting the actual fight. Now, this is where the Hakkari Bloodkeeper will spawn. Now, this part is only going to last for 33 seconds, but there are major abilities you have to be wary of, such as Bubbling Blood. Now, he's going to launch a target of blood, inflicting shadow damage to anybody that's still standing within. These puddles of blood, they last through the entire fight. So, we'll explain later of what you can do to mitigate these things being an issue. The next ability is Spirit Chains. Now, this is a curse that's going to do 200 shadow damage inflicted every 2 seconds for 18 seconds. Now, it's also going to reduce your attack, cast, and movement speed by 50% while under this effect, so you're definitely going to want to dispel this as quickly as possible. Have anybody with the kick ability be on the lookout for Frightsome Howl. He'll scream out, releasing a fearsome howl, doing a lot of raid-wide damage, and sending everybody fleeing for 4 seconds, and this could cause you to run into those puddles of blood, which is going to cause even more damage. So, rogues, paladins, shamans, anybody you can kick, be ready to take care of this. The Bloodkeeper's last ability doesn't really affect players, but it is the countdown to the start of the fight. It's Tides of Blood. He's going to be giving himself 3% of his maximum mana every second. This is where I said that 33 seconds is usually when the real boss fight starts. With the Avatar of Hakkar finally spawning, the boss fight truly begins. He's going to use some pretty easy abilities to deal with, starting with Blood Nova. He's going to blast players with blood, inflicting 500 shadow damage. This just needs to be healed through. Then, you have Curse of Tongues. Now, this is another curse that can be decursed. It forces nearby enemies to speak in demonic, reducing their casting speed by 50%, so dispel as soon as possible. Insanity. Now, this is going to drive targets insane, turning them hostile to their allies, increasing their maximum health by 25%. Don't kill your buddies. I say this again because you know somebody's out there thinking about it. Don't kill your buddies. Then, you have Corrupted Blood. He's going to spit Corrupted Blood, inflicting 350 shadow damage every 2 seconds. Now, this has a chance to spread to nearby players. There is only one way to get rid of Corrupted Blood, and that is by Drain Blood. You're going to want to stand in front of Hakkar, and he's going to cast the frontal, and it'll dispel Corrupted Blood. There, however, is a side effect to getting your blood drained from Hakkar. It's becoming skeletal, alright? He's going to drain all this stuff from you, making you a skeleton, and you're going to be receiving 100% less healing, but you'll have a little bit of a movement speed buff. This is to get you out of the zone, so you're not getting hit by anybody else and their Corrupted Blood, because you will not be able to heal through this. Let's talk some position and strategery. Now, the first phase of this boss, there's really nothing much to it for your melee and tanks, but your ranged and healers, here's what you're going to want to do. Start by splitting your range and healers into 2 groups and having them start at the back end of the boss, down in the southern part of the room. As the boss casts Bubbling Blood at your ranged and healers, just have them slowly start moving to the left and right sides of the boss. Keep doing this while he's still in his Bloodkeeper form. Now remember, these pools will stay here for the rest of the fight. Once the boss finally transforms, you're going to have your 2 groups split to the left and right sides of the boss. Make sure not to be in the cone in front where the tanks are. At this point, we like to tight stack on each other to kind of keep healing into a concentrated area and giving our mind control players and our Corrupted Blood players more room to run. For mind control players, we just have them slightly move out of the group towards the boiling blood areas, not to go get damage or anything, just so that way they don't get targeted by a random ability. Once the mind control is clear, they just get back to the group. When dealing with Corrupted Blood, there needs to be no hesitation, no finishing your cast, no getting one last combo point, no nothing. You want to get to behind the tank as soon as possible, because this will spread to the raid group, and if everybody gets it, when it gets cleared, everybody's not going to be able to heal. Once the debuff is cleared, what you're going to want to do is take the long way around to get back. You do not want to come into contact with anybody else with Corrupted Blood as they're passing to go to the same spot. That's it. That's the fight for the Avatar of Hakkar. Super simple, and anybody's going to be able to do this. If you found this video helpful, like and maybe share with your guild so they can knock this boss out just as easily as we did. If you guys are running a different strategy, I love hearing about them. Drop them down in the comments below. And as always, my name's Coyote. Happy adventures.
Stupid coyote.